Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Maddie Smith, and this is That Time of the Week. Let's get started. We have some awesome topics we're talking about this week. First of all, Gen Z is coming after millennials. They're saying skinny jeans are over, middle parts or bust. The laugh emoji with the tears is dumb as fuck. But they are coming after us hard. My favorite thing about it is that 1 year ago, everyone was like, Gen Z will save the world. They are activists. They will reverse climate change. And now they're just like, your skinny jeans are ugly. So, all right, Gen Z, thanks a lot. I love when a generation like comes of age, like they're turning like 21, 22, and they're all confident. They're insulting us. We were there once too. Just wait. When you get off your parents' health insurance, you'll see. You'll see. We were there once too. We invented BuzzFeed. We moved to Brooklyn because Lena Dunham told us to. We called ourselves girl bosses, and look where we are now, podcasting for 200 people. So good luck, Gen Z, and get rid of that confidence. Someday there's going to be a new generation who will uproot you. So you say what you want, motherfuckers, but we are always like, oh, because people said millennials were going to solve the world. And then we just like discovered like that we could just like identify with Hogwarts houses and we didn't have to save the world. Millennials had to save ourselves, and the next generation will be pandemic babies, and they won't be able to help themselves either because they're going to be fucking autistic. Okay. Oh man, they'll come crashing down. But let's talk about things that are not us. White men. White men are in the news this week. Trump got acquitted, and at the same time, Chris Harrison had to step back from The Bachelor due to his racist comments. My question is, what is the future of democratic institutions if Chris Harrison does not host The Bachelor? What is going to happen? Who will be the one to say this will be one of the most dramatic seasons in Bachelor history? Who's going to do it? That's my question. And finally, here in New York City, celebrities will now be doing the subway announcements. Woo!
No.
Yes, because every night at 4 a.m. when I'm sitting on a train that's been stalled for 45 minutes, all I can think is, you know what would make this better? Jerry Seinfeld's voice. I actually think that'll make New Yorkers more mad, because if they're in a stressful train situation and they hear his voice, they'll remember, oh, I'm fucking broke. Jerry Seinfeld got paid a lot of money for this. I'm on the train. He lives in the Hamptons and he owns a penthouse in Manhattan. Fuck me. And that's how you get someone starting up a shooting on the train. So great job, MTA. But let's get the show started. We have a bunch of awesome topics, and we have two incredible guests today. Starting off, first of all, with Stuart Fullerton.
Hey, Maddie.
Hello, Stuart. Stuart's boyfriend is very tall because the only way she could get a boyfriend is if he saw her from her best angles.
That's so true.
What do you think of that?
That's
funny,
so
right?
true. He sees me from like that selfie angle that Paris Hilton. I literally look like this.
Literally every
at
day.
all times.
And you're like, Drew, I feel like I gained weight. He's like, no, you look really skinny.
Yeah, exactly. And he's so big that I just look like a little petite, like little, little treat next to him.
The number one life hack is to date a man who is way bigger than you.
Huge, yeah.
For me, I did it by dating someone who's a lot older, which is kind of the equivalent because he can't leave.
That works too.
Yeah.
That works too.
They have low self-esteem. They can't run away with their walkers. Yeah. Like I got them
They're
trapped
desperate.
Here. They're desperate.
Yeah.
Sperm is drying up.
Yep.
You either have to date a super fat guy, an older guy, or a woman, which is what Ashlyn Salzano is doing. Hello, Ashlyn.
Hello.
Ashlyn spent Valentine's Day scissoring a gordita. Where is the lie?
I see no lie.
You couldn't say hi to us when you walked by?
No, I said, you want fire or Diablo sauce with that? What's going on? Ashlyn, how you doing? What's the vibes?
I'm great. The vibes are great. I feel awesome. I'm ready. It's President's Day. So
random. Yeah.
I just keep saying that.
What is President's Day?
When I booked Stuart and I was like, can you do, I forgot that today's a holiday. I don't have a job, so every day's the same. I'm a dog. Yeah. I'm a dog. I eat the same thing every day. I take a shit in the street. Andrew scoops it up for me. So it's a fun life. But Ashlyn doesn't have a job too.
Yeah.
So
must be nice.
Yeah, I live on that unemployment money.
Fucking rocks. They just gave us another 400 a week or 300 or something like that?
Is it 300? It's 300.
I don't know. I can't keep up.
I can't keep track.
I got so many deposits coming into this bank.
The numbers just keep going up. I ask no questions.
I ask no questions. I give no. I will say though, my taxes for 2020 are about to be fucked. Oh. I think you and I were talking in July, and I was like, I didn't tax my unemployment. I'm like floating in cash. I literally owe the IRS like $10,000. You know why? Because when unemployment started, and I probably shouldn't be talking about this so publicly. The
IRS is literally watching.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for joining my Patreon, IRS. Thank you for becoming a baddie. When I started, I was like, it'll only be a couple of weeks. So and then 24 weeks later, I've collected so much.
Yeah, you've made like $1 million.
$1 million.
I say just chance it and deal with the bad stuff when it happens.
That's what I always say.
Honestly, I think they might not even care about this year.
Yeah.
Because if they do, they're going to have to... A lot of people
honestly, like, so rude that they're taxing us after we clearly had a horrible year. Like, what are these taxes going for? The roads? We don't need the roads.
The roads? The schools? No one's in school.
The schools? No, we all figured out the teachers literally don't do anything.
They literally don't do anything. I could be a teacher with no schooling. I don't know what else taxes go for. What? Stadiums?
Yeah.
Stadiums?
We haven't been to a concert or any sports. Like,
the street cleaning? The streets are
they've been dirty. Yeah.
They're disgusting.
We got black snow everywhere.
They actually haven't been doing street cleaning.
Yeah.
Picking up garbage?
I know.
I think not.
I agree.
No more taxes.
No more taxes, I think.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't.
I think we're Republicans.
Oh, yeah, right? I was like,
Wait, the most annoying thing about being like kind of left leaning is the taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I pay and I always like complain, and then I realize this is what
once you make that much money, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, now the Republicans.
Yeah,
make
you start
sense.
to realize why Emma Watson had an offshore account pretty quick.
I will tell you, when I went to Wild 'N Out and I saw how much I was making, I was so excited. And then I saw how much they taxed, and it was literally like 60%. I was like blown away.
Yeah.
I literally said, okay, I'm anti-abortion. I hate gay people as well. I donated to Mitt Romney. I said, it's over. I 100% get it. People want to protect their money.
You got Make America Great Again tattooed as a tramp stamp.
I went to the coup on January 6th. It was a lot. So, well, let's get into the pod. Yeah. That sounds pretty good. So our first segment is called Let's Sync Up. Let's talk today. We're talking about apologies in our next segment. We have a lot of celeb scandals. We got Chris Harrison in the news, Justin Timberlake, that country star. A lot of people are apologizing. So I want to talk about a time in our lives when you apologize for something only because you felt like you had to, which is what I think actually 99% of celebrity. I don't think any celebrities. It's all for class. It's all just 100% show. And
it's something you gotta do. You just have to do it whether you want to or not, whether you really feel sorry or not.
Yes.
As a celebrity, just do it.
Totally.
Right?
Yes.
It's just like get it out the way.
Yes, exactly. So what is a time in your life when you apologize, but only because you felt like you had to?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I've ever apologized and then as a woman,
like, I don't think I've ever actually apologized. Can I say, even without feeling like apologizing is one of the hardest things for me to do.
It's impossible.
Is it?
I hate like when I know I fucked up with Andrew. I'm sorry. Why is it so awful? I'll just ignore him all day.
But can't you just give him a blowjob, like as a straight woman? Isn't that like
you should just type an apology in your notes and just forward it to him.
That's what I'm doing next time. I'm gonna post on my Instagram at Andrew Chavone. Yes. I know that I've done some wrongs in my life, and I want to learn. And
I'll write it for you.
That's really what I should do, because I can't go and admit. And I know when I was wrong. You know when you're wrong? Yeah. And you're just like, for me, it's easier to not talk about it for 2 days and then be like, oh, you still mad at me? Because I'm a child. But less really. Well, what do you have, Ashlyn?
Well, I was like, I don't think I've ever apologized for anything but as a woman, I apologize all the time, right? Like you bump into people and it's their fault. I apologize, right? But like one time, like my boss, I had put that I was unavailable when I worked at Coogan's, like in the book. And I was like not available like this Friday or whatever, right? And then they called me like around 4 and I didn't pick up. And they called me again and I didn't pick up because I am not available. And I told you I'm unavailable.
Yes.
And the next day he was like, I called you last night. And I was like, yeah. And I was unavailable.
Yeah.
He was like, what is that supposed to mean? And I was like, I wrote it in the book, unavailable. Like, I'm not available. He's like, I don't care. You can pick up the phone and tell me that you're not available. I'm like, no. But I had to apologize because he was my boss.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dude, that's fucked up. First of all, it's a restaurant. They need to chill out.
Yeah.
He's like, I needed you to run food. I'm like, okay.
We haven't been to restaurants in a year. We all can chill.
Literally take a chill pill. I'm different than you. I would have quit that's my white privilege showing. I would have quit on the spot.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, your food is not good enough for me to be.
This is why Mexicans have your job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They be stealing jobs because they're so respectful. That is why that they're stealing the jobs, is because they're so nice and polite. But I would have, because I've worked and when you work in like food service, you're like, I can work at the restaurant across the street.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh
about
yeah, you give no fucks.
You give no fucks. But I also see how you got your shifts at Coogan's, you got your money coming in.
And Coogan's was just so close to my house and the money was good.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I was like, I'm just going to apologize just to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I don't want to hear it again. So just shut up. It was more of a shut up and apology.
That is a shut up and apology. Definitely. I don't do those that much anymore. Usually I just like leave that person and say, we're done here. You know? I am very like, I'll slice someone out. I'll slice someone out relatively. I think Stuart and I know about one person who I've sliced out relatively rapidly and have not
I didn't know
back.
you were that bad at apologizing.
I didn't.
I know.
In that
Wow.
situation, I didn't have to apologize. But
usually you're apologizing to me all the time. Like if you're late to something, you're like, I'm so sorry. You know, I would never do this. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I have nothing to do,
It's
Maddie.
the big ones that you
it's
can't
the big
do.
one. It's when I know, like, or let me tell you mine. Mine is anytime I get caught shit talking.
Okay.
And you have to be like, I know what I did was wrong. And you know that you fucked up so badly that they will say, apology accepted, but I don't want to be your friend anymore. You know, like something like that.
Yeah.
I think I hate the apology because I hate the other side of it, which is their response to it, which can sometimes be so painful. You know,
that's
like,
true.
Like, you know, it's over.
Like, thanks for the apology, but I still am not over this, or being left on red. Or,
oof, that hurt.
Left on red.
You're like, I'm taking my apology back.
Literally. There was one time in high school, I texted someone named Carly. I literally said, Carly is being a huge bitch right now.
To Carly.
Yeah. And I cannot tell you the shock that overcomes you when you see a message from Carly and it just says, this is Carly. It says, I, Carly. And you have to say, oh my God, your week is ruined, actually.
Because how do you get out of that? You can't be like, oh, wrong text. Like,
wrong Carly. I know so many Carlys.
This is Carly.
I literally had to say, you know what? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You have to downgrade yourself and say it came from a place of low self-esteem. I wish I didn't do that. And that for me is very hate. It ruins my week because the rest of the week you have to remember that you got caught shit talking.
Because you did something so stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then in the comedy world, I'm better, mostly because there's a quarantine and I don't people. But I'm a blabber. So I'll be like, yeah, they fucking suck. You don't know what people's allies are. You don't know who's talking to who. And so I'll blab my mouth and say, he got that? What a fucking...
Yeah.
2 days later, they're texting me, I heard you were blah, blah, blahing me. And then you have to be like, get your type bubbles going and come up with your...
be like, I was insecure. I wanted the job.
The speech. And, we're all talking to each other.
Yeah. I didn't mean it.
Those are my biggest apologies when I felt like I had to. Do I want to say sorry for... If I'm shit talking you, I honestly think... No, I don't want to go that far. But
people need to loosen up on shit talking, though. It's only human nature. And we have to just talk. I mean, the issue is the people telling... about the shit talking is the problem. They owe us apologies because that's between me and you.
Both sides. They owe both sides an apology.
And I think it's one thing if I'm talking to Ashlyn and I'm saying I hate Gary and Ashlyn's saying nothing.
Yes.
Because then it's like, okay, then you know I need to stop. But if Ashlyn's coming back and forth about Gary and she turns to Gary and says, Maddie said,
or if I'm like, Gary, sometimes it's just misunderstood, like something,
then you know to stop.
Yes, right, exactly. But the person's like, yeah, fuck Gary. And then like when they see, you're like, you're a snake. and you deserve to die.
I think it's more hurtful to the person who is being shit talked.
Go tell them, hey, Stuart, this person thinks you're fat. It's like, I'm actually mad at you. It's like, I'm not even mad at Maddie for saying that I'm fat. I'm mad at you for telling that to me to my face. That was a private conversation.
Literally.
I don't need to know. Let's keep it like the Southern people do and just say, bless her heart, and then talk shit, and then you don't tell the person.
100,000%. I 100% agree.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart means that she's a dumb hoe who's hideous.
And
you leave it there.
I very rarely come across someone who is no shit talking at all. No shit talking at all.
Yeah.
Everyone does it.
Everyone talks shit.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Awful.
Yes.
Awful.
So that's why for me the apology is so like.
And snitches get stitches.
Yes.
What happened to that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
So that's why like the shit talking apology is very hard for me because it's just like I know it's like a celebrity apology. I know I'm doing this just to save face.
Yeah,
and so this person can feel better about themselves because they confronted me.
Yeah, and I know
if I'm the only one in the world who's ever said shit about someone else in my fucking.
I know it hurts too to hear people talking shit about you, but like you got to choose that battle. Like, do you really want to message this person about this? You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, it's just not worth the fight. Everyone talks shit. Okay.
For
whatever.
me, if I found out someone was, I would just kind of like be a little cold next time I saw them.
Yeah.
I would say, all right, we're not really that cool. Or if they try to like invite me, I just won't respond to their, because I'm like, oh, I don't fuck with you that much anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've never found out that someone's been talking shit about me, which means there's a ton coming. Like I'm truly dreading the day. It's piled up for years at this point.
That or
I feel the same way.
Avalanche.
I feel the same way.
That or what might be worse, which is you're not important enough.
Oh, yeah, that's way worse.
So let's go with the everyone. If everyone's shit talking you, that means you're doing something right.
That's great.
That means you're in the news. You're getting booked.
I want an apology.
Ideal.
I want an apology for people who are not talking about me.
Yeah. Let's keep the lips a-flapping, people.
I want someone
Let's
to
get my name out there.
I want someone to text me and say, I'm sorry I didn't say enough. You ugly piece of shit bastard.
Disgusting whore.
That's how I feel. Yeah. And honestly, and then if you put yourself in the shit talker shoes, like, I think someone told me once, like, he talks about everyone. He said something about you once too. And at first I was very mad. And then I said, whenever I'm shit talking, it's relatively jealousy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
it really is.
He's just projecting his own fucking shit.
Yes.
I've never shit talked Ashlyn because she doesn't have what I have. You know?
And she never will.
and she never will. So like, why would I? But I'm always, if someone goes viral, I say, how dare they go? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not gonna.
It is jealousy, really.
Yeah, I really think it is
because someone has to give you a reason. They have to get something. Like, you know, as a comedian, they have to get something that you wanted. So that's why you shit talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Feels good in the heart.
Feels really good.
I go to sleep a lot better.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I'll wake Andrew up and say, you know who's been bothering me?
Well, that's the best thing about having a significant other, which we all do, is really you can just lay into the significant other and tell them all this shit, and then they can't really tell anyone.
Yeah.
Which is really helpful.
If Andrew turned around and told we can't break up because of what I've told him.
Yeah, I know.
Once you get
hostage, you cannot break up.
You can't. Yeah. My secrets would be. My career would be over.
The more years we have, the looser the mouth gets.
Yes.
The more confident I am. Just like going into someone. And like, I'm so confident.
Kate probably knows the worst things ever.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
If Kate like wrote down everything, I'd be.
Wait, Kate, this is my message to Kate. Please write a tell-all.
I'd be in trouble.
A memoir.
And she's so nice. She just stands there. She goes, no, yeah, you're right.
Totally.
No, yeah. No, babe, I get you.
It feels good. I think it really feels good until it gets to the point where you're just known as the shit talker. Because there's a line between like in the green room versus being like, everyone else sucks but me. That's when you're like, oh, everyone thinks you're insecure. You need to take a chill pill. But I do think if you're lightly partaking in some, and I'm not even talking about comedy. I've worked at pizzerias where if someone gets shit, I'm like, tell me what's going on with Scott. Party City, we were shit talking the managers. It's every industry. Like every office job I've had, the girls are in the corner. Tell me more. What's going on?
And you know
do.
What's a big turn if you keep talking about the same person?
Yeah.
Like move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have that one person, I'm like, you're in love with them. Just shut up. It's not fun anymore.
Their fan.
Yeah.
You keep bringing it up.
You must diversify to indicate that it's not just one person, it's everyone.
It's everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you shit talk everyone, I think you can be what's the word? Immune from
That's actually
getting in trouble.
really been my strategy thus far. I talk shit about truly everyone.
Yeah.
No stone is left unturned. And then people can't really be mad, and then they can't really throw anything back in my face because it's like, well, I said worse things about you, actually.
And it's not personal.
Literally.
It's not personal.
It's not personal.
It's literally about me.
The one time someone came at me, I wanted to be like, we've shit talked together before.
Yeah.
I could.
So you want me to stop shit talking with you?
That's why. That's why it's a code, because if you turn around, well, I got stuff on you. So
exactly, it's a tit for tat.
Tit for tit in my world.
That's my favorite world.
Big ass titty.
Okay, I'll do mine.
Okay.
So mine is the classic co-worker, like worker corporate environment apology, where you literally, same kind of as yours, you have to apologize because you're at work and you did something wrong. So recently I started a new job like 2 weeks ago. And what happened was...
I'm so nervous.
It was bad.
Because I hate and these office things make my bile churn because of how many office mishaps I've had.
Yeah, I know. And this one's really bad. So I've been working from home some days and then in the office other days. And it's hard to start a job working from home because it's like you have to ask someone any question. Like normally I could just be like, hey, where's the stapler room? Or like, what do I use for this? Like what's you guys' login for this? Yeah. But working from home, you have to like send a formal email to ask any question. So I've been trying to like not ask as many questions. Exhausting.
Yeah.
So long story short, my job does this crazy thing for birthdays. And we send out a gift to everyone from their birthday from a certain retailer I'm not going to mention because they pissed me off, but it starts with a D and it rhymes with grizzly, and it's a liquor it's a liquor app. So you can send someone a bottle of wine through this app.
Okay.
It's Drizzly.
I never heard of it, but
it's
Drizzly?
No. You probably haven't heard because it's not a very good app. So long story short, I'm supposed to send out this birthday gift. I'm working from home. I have I can't really ask anyone questions, and the Drizzly site is not working. So I put my order through. It doesn't work. I spend almost 2 hours trying to make this site go through. And finally, I was so mad, and I was really mad because it's like all these apps just get released each year and they don't actually work.
Many apps.
There's no customer service. There was no number to call. There was only an email chat box. So as you guys know, when we're all millennials, we get really frustrated with the apps. You become a little bit of a Karen sometimes. You start popping off, and you're not speaking to a real human. Like with a real human, I'm pretty good to be nice to them and treat them with respect and compassion. Yeah. If I'm talking to a robot,
I'm going all in.
Yeah. I'm going all the fuck in.
There's times I've been so mean to those robots. So those robots have experienced the wrath of my violence.
Long story short, I lit that robot's ass on fire, and I was like, fuck you. This app doesn't fucking work. I've spent 2 hours of my day just trying to send a bottle of wine. This is disgusting. This is terrible. This is how you think you run a company. Why don't you not start an app if you can't?
I'm so nervous.
Contain it. Blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I've been on the other side of this. I worked at a job where we didn't have a phone and people just had to chat us. Yeah. Like I've experienced this and I still just went in on that robot. But I thought, okay, it's all fine. Next morning, I go into work.
Oh my God, stop.
I go into work. They go
step by step. What
happened?
Hey,
Stuart, we just want to talk to you about something. I'm like, what?
My stomach would churn.
They're like, so just a little no worries, but just a little warning. The CEO is really particular about how we speak to vendors and people that we work with.
I would have threw up.
And the CEO directly gets all of your emails that you were sending to Drizzly.
I would have left. I would have marched out.
And she's really not happy with the way you spoke to the customer service people at Drizzly. And I had to literally stomach.
She opens.
And I stomached it up. Right. Weirdness there.
Yeah.
I stomached it up and I went, I apologize. I never should have spoken that way. But in my defense, they were awful. They weren't responding. I had no way. I spent 2 hours on this app. Like, the issue is the credit card number wasn't right. But they didn't tell me, like, and I had to send a formal email apology. I had to apologize to Drizzly, which did not deserve my apology.
Not at all.
To my coworkers.
You had to post
and
a
to the
notes
CEO.
app on your Instagram.
I had to post a notes app on my Instagram.
Why to your coworkers?
To Drizzly that I offended. Well, just the girl that was telling me. I had to be like, I'm sorry.
Oh.
So that's mine. That's pretty bad, right?
That is, okay, overreaction by those.
I don't think you should have apologized.
Why are you reading the...
Yeah.
That's because in my opinion, you're the CEO. You probably get a million emails. So did you randomly open Stewart's, or is she monitoring your activity? Or did Drizzly say, hey, your girl is fucking us up?
Maybe.
I think Drizzly put a little something in her ear.
I would think it was Drizzly, but to think that they have an extra worker available to deal with my problem when they couldn't get back to me about a simple credit card issue would be insane.
Yeah.
I hate when I have to apologize to like a corporation. Like they didn't do their job. Like there's no customer service anymore. Like I get
customer service is dead.
Customer service is dead.
Yeah. The chat. I'm always like, Kate makes fun of me because I like kind of troll them, but I hate when
I do too.
They come in and they're like, hey, Ashlyn, how are you? And I'm like, well, I'm not doing good because I woke up late and I like go into it.
Me too.
And then like sometimes they get me mad and I use their full name. I'm like, okay, John, but that is not what you said.
Yes.
John.
I get yeah.
And it's a robot. It's like, I'm not actually being mean to a person.
And it's a robot. And the fact that they required you to write an apology letter is like humiliating.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any of their business.
I agree.
Truly.
In my opinion, if you got the job done, however, I understand the millennial CEO.
Were you using your work email?
I was emailing them like through their chat, but I was on our work's account.
Oh,
like I was messaging in the little box.
So it was like attached with their company.
Yeah.
What fucking
and it actually like didn't say my name. It said like someone else's name, which I was kind of like, okay. But then they were like, well, that person doesn't work here anymore. And you have their job, so it's clearly you.
I'm understanding a little bit more now. I was picturing you on an app in your account.
Yes.
But now I see.
No, I was on like the works account.
Yeah, I can see that. You know what?
You guys are like, yeah, you deserve it.
Well, when you work in like
at first you guys were so on my side, and now you're like, no,
I want an apology now.
I do.
Yeah.
To everyone I offended at Drizzly, I'm sorry.
But it is true.
Maybe we can get sponsored.
They should sponsor us. Fuck your app, sponsor us. But I do think when you work in an office, you forget that you represent that company.
I know.
So you're just like, blah, blah. Like I would be ordering lunch when I worked in an office, and they would fuck it up, and I'd be like, hello, you fucked up the dressing, how dare. And I'm like... I forget that I'm not Maddie. I'm the company rep, but I would go in hard. Luckily, I never got caught like Stuart did in writing.
It's cold when you get caught. Just try not to get caught, everyone.
Let me ask you this. They didn't have the printed out conversation, did they?
No, but it was emailed. Like it was sent, and I even got it too, but I just didn't read it. I just immediately deleted it. Right. I was like, yeah, fuck y'all.
Right.
Bye.
Meant it. Swipe.
Meant it.
If they had the printed out thing in front of you.
Oh, that would have been, with like words. That's actually one of my nightmares. Because you know sometimes, I don't know if you guys chat. Well, you guys literally don't have jobs.
What's a job?
Me not understand.
Yeah. We chat at work a lot too, and you have to be really careful because you get comfortable chatting on Slack. Yep. Like, what's up, bitches? Yes. Like, I'm a hoe for a margarita. Want to get one after work? And then your work prints them out, puts them in front of you, and you're like, I did say that thing about Kevin.
True. It's so true. It happens a lot. Yeah. And you know what sucks for you is it's early in your job. So now you will be known as the flagrant woman.
Flagrant, evil to customer service Karen that I truly am.
But it also means like if you're nice, they know under that niceness
is a true bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which also is
good. Which is not wrong.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
I should have said, I lit up Drizzly and I'll light up you too, bitch. Get the fuck out of my face. I get fired immediately. It cuts to me walking home with a box of my stuff.
Back to unemployment,
Right.
And trivia.
But I also think that the CEO should have read that and thought, let's promote Stuart because she's dedicated to our company.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was
Yes.
just trying to get that
That's
that
what I think.
drizzly
You
order
could've-
through.
You could have given up.
Yeah, she knows how to get it done.
That's what I say.
Thanks. Thanks.
But I
a
do-
strength and a weakness.
I do feel
she knows how to get it done, but she's a horrifying Karen.
It works though. Let me speak to that manager of Drizzly, well, that's our apologies.
Drizzly, we would love a sponsorship.
Come through.
No publicity is bad publicity.
Yes, come through, bitch. We be shit talking you. All right, well, that's our segment. I feel synced up. I feel good. We can all agree that apologizing for any reason feels absolutely horrendous.
Horrible.
I hate it. I hope I never have to do it. I hope I never have to become a celebrity who apologizes, which brings us to our next segment, which is called Let's Go With the Flow. So today we are actually dissecting the celebrity apologies of the week.
love it.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, so we've had a big couple weeks of we had a dry spell for a while. There's no scandals, nothing crazy.
We
going
had
on
a huge dry spell over the holidays.
and now we got some big ones coming in. Our three guys for today are Chris Harrison of The Bachelor. Lots of stuff going on there. And then we have Morgan Wallen, who I don't give a fuck about, the country singer. It's three white men, obviously. And then, of course, Justin Timberlake. We did talk about the Framing Britney documentary last week on Hulu, and this week Justin came out with an apology. So let's get into it. So we're going to read the apology, and we're going to say if this person should have gone with the flow and said nothing, or if their apology was adequate, or if they should have said something else. All right? So everyone knows The Bachelor, right? Stuart watches The Bachelor. Ashlyn does not watch The Bachelor.
I do not.
I don't know why you would. It's literally straight people acting insane on television.
Even though last week Stuart said the only thing that keeps her up in winter is watching The Bachelor. But
it does bring me a bit of joy. It's you hate to watch it,
Yes.
you know, or you love to hate it.
It's so easy.
That's what I mean.
I don't
It's
have
so easy.
enough brain cells left to watch TV like that.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
it'll get rid of the last few for sure.
Your brain cells are in there fighting with Drizzly. So Chris Harrison, there was a scandal, and Stuart might be able to explain this better than I. There was a girl from her photos from college got unearthed. She went to a plantation party. Her friends from high school accused her of being racist, making fun of her friends.
So wait, can I explain?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
The girl's name is Rachel.
Rachel Yucatel, I think is her last name. And she is on this season of The Bachelor. And every season of The Bachelor, it's very clear there's the character ones. For example, if I were to go on, clearly I would not be taken seriously as a contestant. I'd be like the bitch in the house trying to fight, There's the character ones, and then there's the front runners that are like the beautiful ones that like they really edit to make like they are gonna win, got their shit together. Yeah. They're not involved in the drama. They're like the front runners. This girl was a front runner, Rachel Yucatel, and they're filming a scene with Matt James, who is black, The Bachelor, and some girl on TikTok filmed and was like, ha ha ha, remember when you made fun of me for liking black guys in high school? So this blew up on TikTok, and then everyone uncovered all this other stuff from Rachel Yucatel's
I think
past.
there was an Instagram with a Trump flag in the back. Was
Trump,
that her?
that was actually Victoria.
Oh, never mind.
wrong
But
racist
she had
one.
Trump flags too.
Yes.
That's a different one that you're talking about.
Okay.
She had racist stuff too. She had gone to antebellum parties, like literally like Old South, like Gone with the Wind
Like
themed
plantation,
parties.
yeah.
Her parents are crazy huge Trumpers. She is a Trumper. There was tons of other instances of her being just flat out loving the Confederacy, which like insane.
Like Stuart does that, but she apologized.
I do
for
that,
everything.
but it's like it's just the swimsuits are cute with like the
But it's
Confederate flag.
Red and blue is really nice.
It's just an add-on to your personality. It's not like you really feel for it.
Right.
Well, right, exactly. I don't get why people are willing to die on the hill of like y'all lost so many years ago.
I know,
Like,
and also like it's literally like the 21st century.
It's
Like,
also like what's your obsession? Like
I
it's
know.
just it's such a gross obsession.
bonnets. Are you
Very
obsessed
weird.
with bonnets? Like why are you trying to go back to that
style
time?
was bad. The houses are ugly. It's hot out. Like what's going on here?
It's burning hot.
Yeah.
Sweet tea is like no ice. You don't even have a refrigerator. I mean, horrible time.
It's lukewarm, and
That's what gets you guys. It's the lukewarm
And not
tea.
to mention the widespread slavery.
Not to mention there's slaves everywhere, just people being mistreated.
But before that, the sweet tea is warm. So, so to bring us to our apology that has to do with Chris Harrison, who has been the white male host of The Bachelor since the dawn of ages, since the plantation era. Okay. So Chris Harrison goes on an interview on a podcast where an old Bachelor contestant,
Rachel Lindsay, she was the first Black Bachelorette.
so many Rachels in this.
Oh yeah, their names are all named Rachel.
It's all Rachel and
I'm like confused.
Hannah and
Lauren, blonde Lauren's all over.
Yeah.
This confuses me more than that. Like, what was it that GameStop stock?
Oh, that was horrifying. Yeah.
This is the GameStop for women.
Yeah.
So this is literally GameStop for women.
So what happened was, long story short, Chris Harrison goes on a podcast of the first Black Bachelorette, and he says, you know what? Rachel went to a party in 2018, a plantation party. Was it bad in 2018? I don't know.
He literally said, Ashlyn, and I quote, like, is that bad for 2018 standards or for now's standards? It's he's acting like 2018 is like
1918.
Is literally like Dracula, like the French Revolution. It's like, dude, that was 2 years ago. Like
Trump was president.
I literally cannot with people. Like I knew 2 years ago that going to a slavery party was bad.
The slavery was bad in general.
I only knew that till recently, but the parties for me, I was like, it's just not my style. You know what I mean? That was a big thing. So he kind of flubbed up a little bit. I don't know why no PR people prepped him for this.
I don't know why he agreed to do the interview.
Me too.
If you really think like that, you keep that shit bottled the fuck up, you idiot.
You have the easiest job in the world, and it's hosting The Bachelor.
He literally comes on and says, "This is The Bachelor," and he gets a huge salary
amount of money.
He didn't think this was bad. That's the thing.
No, he didn't.
That's the problem.
That's
right
the problem.
Is that he didn't go, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. He was like, it was 2018, 2 years ago. Okay. He's like 600 days, all right?
If you watch the video, Ashlyn, the way he's just talking about 2018 as if we're all using candlelight and have a little knit cap when we sleep.
We eat dinner at 3 p.m. so we can get to bed when it goes dark.
We're farmers. We're reading almanacs. Like, what is like...
We're hunter-gatherers. I ride a woolly mammoth to work. You know, it's different. And then he said some other stuff about cancel culture and excusing Rachel for what she's done.
Which, to me, seems like she is the Bachelor. I think she wins.
Oh.
Is that bad to say? I don't want to spoil it because I actually don't believe in spoilers, but I kind of am
theorizing.
No. You're just saying, like, I get what you're saying because sometimes producers, like, you know, they manufacture the whole thing the way they edit it.
I don't know why he would go that hard for her unless it's clear that she won.
Or he's like fully like Republican, like really upset about the last few years of racial activity. I actually do think
that's true as well.
I do think like if
or maybe he was at the party too.
In a bonnet.
Yeah. Maybe he's
in the back. He's the master of the house.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've seen some. Okay. So we're theorizing a couple different things. In my opinion, before we get into the apology, if I was Chris Harrison and I had the easiest job in the world, I would keep my fucking mouth shut.
Did he apologize?
So he apologized, which is the crux of the segment.
And he apologized like 13 hours after the interview. Like he apologized.
He literally the podcast hot mic went off, and then he turned to a different camera and said, "I'm sorry."
It 180, literally. Like
so he said, "To my Bachelor Nation family, I will always own a mistake when I make one." Literally 14 hours later.
Bachelor Nation family. This is disgusting.
I am in the Bachelor Nation.
Exactly.
Bachelor Confederate Nation.
Right.
So I'm here to extend a sincere apology. Of course, posted on Instagram.
Of course.
I have this incredible platform to speak about love. And yesterday, I took a stance on topics about which I should have been better informed. Mm-hmm. While I do not speak for Rachel Kirkconnell.
Oh, Kirkconnell. Okay,
Kirkconnell. Yes. My intentions were simply to ask her grace in offering her an opportunity to speak on her own behalf. What I now realize I have done is cause harm by wrongly speaking in a manner that perpetuates racism, and for that I am so deeply sorry. Now, do we think Chris Harrison should have gone with the flow, said nothing, or apologize in the way he did, or what would be the best plan of action?
You gotta apologize.
I think he
better than that.
100%.
And better than that.
Better than that. If I could go into Chris Harrison's life, I would go back and not do this interview, obviously.
Why did he do? That's my thing. It's like he's a very private person. He doesn't often do interviews like this.
Right.
He really doesn't do anything but come on and say like, one thing a year.
Man, the quarantine really has people saying yes to everything.
I really think he's going a little nuts.
He's like, well, it pays nothing, I'm in.
Yeah. And like, oh God. Yeah, he never should have done the interview. He definitely had to apologize. I think 14 hours later, a complete opposite thing of what you just said is a little bit of a stretch.
I think wait a few days and put out like a massive thing that's like, I am learning and I'm realizing and I've spoken.
That's something I would like to use this platform to say one thing.
Go ahead.
I want to see these people actually learning. Like, why do we keep just reading this note page of an apology? Like, let's put them like
in a class.
Let's put Chris Harrison in a class and let's literally watch it. Or I want to see proof that you are like, you bought the books and you are reading them, or like you have the tutor and you are paying them. And
what should happen is like kind of like a version of house arrest where you actually go on Instagram Live and you have to read the White Guilt book.
It's like Big Brother. And you got to be in a house with like all problematic people.
Oh my gosh.
And
there's a show. We put Stassi Schroeder, Chris Harrison, Kristen Doty,
Justin Timberlake,
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown still needs to apologize.
Louis C.K. Louis is the host.
The guy,
but still learning.
The guy from Seinfeld who yelled the N-word. What's his name?
Kramer?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
And they all go in one house and then they get taught by the Atlantic writer. What's his name?
Donald Glover.
He produces it.
No. The other one who wrote
the theme song
Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the Atlanta writer.
Oh my God.
That's what I thought she said too.
Atlantic. But all those
the
like
theme is This Is America.
Kelly Dodd is in there too.
So, but of course someone would say, no, they need to teach them. We're not taking our time to teach them. So they can also teach themselves.
I agree with, we don't need to take anyone's time, but let's pay the people for the time.
Okay,
let's pay diversity coaches. And here's the other thing. Like, I just feel like we're in this like loop with cancel culture where it's like, they put out a statement. We don't never like the statement.
Yeah.
It's never good
true.
enough.
It's never good enough.
Yeah.
And then like they just kind of lay low for like 6 months and then someone like, they'll have a baby and then post about it. Like that's we're not actually getting anywhere.
And their baby will be wearing like a onesie with the pride flag and they're like, oh, he's woke now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's sponsored by Citibank.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true.
By Citibank.
It's so true. And like the only like Chris Harrison is now stepping down from The Bachelor, which the Bachelor team probably all got together and said, actually our ratings could go up if we bring someone new in. We'll pay you out just to leave.
I don't know what happened there, but I almost think he's like, here's my apology.
Yeah.
You guys put me in this situation. You made me go do, you guys, and The Bachelor is a very problematic franchise and has been for a long time. I don't really know if there's any way to fix it because I do think that so many people that watch it are like white Christian people and like, do you know what I mean?
It's the same way like you can't really fix our government right now because so many people who support politics lean into politics through the eyes of their religious and conservative lens.
Yeah.
And so when you have anything that kind of mimics that, which is like The Bachelor and a lot of the arts right now, it's hard to, even like Jim Gaffigan trying to make a change and talk about how he hates Trump. He lost like a lot of people.
Yeah, I know.
Because so it's like, we're at like a point where it's like, how do you move forward with this base without like alienating them?
That's true. And that brings us to a great next segue.
Which is this one?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's Chris Harrison's apology. I think there should have been more time between, well, don't do the podcast first of all. More time. Don't turn a 180 and then say, I'm learning. Bitch, you haven't even slept since that fucking podcast.
And it's been like 3 hours.
We should let like a group of minorities beat him up too. We should just let them jump him. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like that. I think they should put him in the ring and then every black person who has ever been on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette gets to beat him up.
Just one straight to the face.
Yes. Fucking face.
And we get to watch it. That's TV.
Yeah.
And especially MMA is trendy right now.
Yeah.
Put him right in the ring.
UFC.
Yeah.
Now with Disney, it could be a Disney thing.
Oh, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And everyone's like, violence is not the answer. It's like, sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is. I also think like anytime I say anything before like 2005, I think is the benchmark for it to be like, it was a different time. Anything because you don't like feel like shit in the 90s was super weird. Not that I would ever. I've never done anything like that. But you know, like the Jimmy Kimmel.
I mean, I've been watching 30 Rock, and it was different.
It was. I get it, but still, what he said is like
no. That's what I'm saying. I mean? Like, you can't say 2018. Yeah, so I'm saying like 2018
even,
was like
the 90s. You can say like the 90s. I mean, you know, it's I don't know. If he was like, oh, it's not like it's 1992, I'd be like, okay, I can see. You know what I mean?
2018
but like,
is like so random.
Even 2005, I'm like.
And I have to say, him saying, was it 2018 or was it 2021, also puts him at the point where he's saying this whole Black Lives Matter thing like
is new.
He's saying, he's not even saying it was a different time. He's saying 2020 and 2021 brought out all these issues because of the George Floyd and because of the protests. So is it through that lens? So he's even saying, even worse than people who are saying like 30 Rock was a different time. He's saying you can't say anything before 2020 when Black Lives Matter happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he's kind of like taking it that way.
He needs to be beaten with books.
The truth is,
like
if you went to an antebellum party, it better been in the antebellum. You better have been, back in the day, because I don't. It makes not even cute outfits either.
They're so ugly.
You know what? He could have. That's what gets you. You know what? He didn't even have to say like it's not like it's 2018. Could have just been like, let's just forgive her and learn. I don't understand what was his mark. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that made it worse to be like saying the it's not 2018.
I agree. The saying the 2021 made it so much worse.
And one thing, this is a stretch if you haven't watched the interview, but Rachel Lindsay like really handled the interview so well and gave him many opportunities to re-explain what he was trying to say, and he just didn't take the bait. It's like
my thing is like, what were you thinking at 2018 then? What was going on through your head?
Just a bunch of N-words. Yeah. I have no idea, but it really puts the whole franchise through a different lens. Yeah. Because until like a month ago, I was like, he's so nice and normal.
I don't think anyone on that show
definitely knew that The Bachelor has had really bad diversity forever. Yeah. I mean, they literally we could. It's a whole thing. I don't want to go into it. But.
Well, let's quickly do our next two apologies. Oh, yes. So we're speaking of a white American base, Morgan Wallen.
I don't know who that is.
Oh. I put the anglicized Morgan Wallen. So
Whalen.
He's a country singer. Ashlyn, you obviously don't know.
We apologize to your culture.
Yes. You guys apologize to me for that.
So Morgan Wallen.
I actually don't know him either.
I literally didn't know him.
I don't know him.
It's crazy how like the country has stars I don't even know. So Morgan Wallen is a known country star caught on tape saying the N-word when he was drunk. Okay. Which is the equivalent of it was 2018.
Yeah, exactly.
So he gets caught. He got... I think that was the big thing. He didn't get cut from anything. He was going to host SNL, but then...
So he actually got canceled a while ago because he threw a huge concert during COVID.
Right.
And then they didn't let him come do SNL because he, of course, like had just thrown this huge concert in the middle of COVID. Yeah. Now then he said the N-word thing, and that has canceled him again.
Okay, yeah. So he got caught on tape, like a weird security tape, like screaming the N-word. Like,
wow, must be nice. Must be nice to be canceled twice in 1 year, huh?
Twice in 1 year.
So this apology says one thing I've learned already that I'm specifically
you need to say it in a full Southern accent.
Is that my words matter, and that words can truly hurt a person, and at my core, that's not what I'm okay with. This week, I've had firsthand some personal stories from Black people that honestly shook me. I know what I'm going through this week doesn't even compare to some of the trials I heard about from them. I came away from those discussions with a deep appreciation for them and a clear understanding of the way to my words.
First of all, you sound like Stuart. Great job.
Wow. I mean,
the Southern accent is very hard for me. I just end up sounding like someone with a speech impediment. But I mean, this is another one where you have to apologize.
Oh, you have to apologize.
But to me, it's like, oh, you only learned until now you're not supposed to say that word? And you only talk to Black people now?
You're only hearing stories now? Now you know what they're what they're going through?
Everything. It's one thing for like pre-2020 to be like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
This whole fucking year has been about racial justice issues. And January 2020, you're like, I had no idea. Bitch, where have you been this past fucking year?
Where have you been for the
Florida.
last 10
That's
months?
where he's been, y'all. He's been in
years,
Florida.
I mean, where you been for the last 10 years?
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you were after 2020. Now you're saying I just talked to a bunch of when it was all over the news. Anyone who after 2020 is still saying I didn't realize is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How could you not
You
be
didn't
on our
watch
page?
the George Floyd video?
Right.
Dude.
I mean, Breonna Taylor, all
Yes.
of it this year. And you're just like, what? Were you not? Oh, he's probably watching Fox News. So
They're uneducated.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. So this apology, we only read it, but if you watch it, it's a very shitty apology.
I didn't mention there's a video. I didn't mention that.
Yeah, so
This is not a
apparently
note
he's
app.
like reading off his phone
Yeah.
and he's like, meh, 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 like definitely not really. Now this one, I don't think he should have apologized. I would have rather him literally said, I am a racist piece of shit. And that's who I am. Like,
To me, it's like relatively empty because you know that's who he is.
that's the thing. And it's almost like it's hurt.
almost like the apology is more disrespectful, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Because
And
of
also
the video
like,
and all of it.
yeah, also it's like he's gonna lose a lot of fans. like dude,
because
just
they did say his streaming went up after the initial
N-word
video.
thing.
Yeah, well, okay, of course. But like, this apology is just stupid. And it's like, this is one of those moments where you're like, what do you do? Like, I didn't listen to him before, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to hurt him by not listening to him tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's just like, what do you do with someone like that?
I mean,
just
it's
like...
It's
Okay.
hard to say because his fan base doesn't care.
Yeah. All I can say is I hope he gets
So
punched in the
true.
face one day.
Who is
Again,
he?
with the violence, you know?
I know. You must be on your period or something.
Yeah, wait, Ashlyn's like, why don't we just punch everyone and we don't have to apologize?
The Morgan Wallen thing, if he didn't apologize, I would not be surprised at all. Or Waylon, sorry.
yeah, you literally can't say his name.
I apologize to him. I cannot pronounce his name.
That's your stance against
that's
him.
my stance, and it's all, I didn't know who you were before, and
That's what
he's probably gonna keep saying it.
How do you cancel him? You know what I
That's
mean?
the thing.
That's
How
what
do
I'm
we,
saying.
That same thing happened with
That's-
Stassi from Vanderpump Rules. She got more followers after
Yeah.
she got canceled. Like,
Totally.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
That's why it's
How do
hard
you-
to
yeah.
like. It's hard because for Chris Harrison, his offense was much less than Morgan, but
Yeah.
his career is now.
They were equal.
Yeah.
They were equal. They were both like, before this, we didn't know black
It's
people
true.
suffered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's true. Yeah.
They're both, they're
But
both stupid.
It's true. So Morgan and Chris are similar, I think.
Yeah.
And then our final apology, last pod, we were talking about Britney Spears. So Justin Timberlake, I hate this shit because it's been years.
Yeah.
You could have come on a fucking talk show. You could have told Oprah, I want to come
Yeah.
out and say something. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake says, okay, so for those who don't know, Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears documentary came out. Everyone
Yep.
found out Justin Timberlake's an asshole. And about the Janet Jackson thing, people hate him. Everyone's tweeting down with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he comes out with a Notes app apology. I've seen the messages, tags, comments, and concerns, and I want to respond. I'm deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up or was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments and in many others and benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. I specifically want to apologize to Brittany and Janet, both individually, because I care for and respect these women, and I know that I failed. I also feel compelled to respond because everyone involved deserves better, and more importantly, because this is a larger conversation that I wholeheartedly want to be a part of and grow from. The timing for me is like, oh,
This is one of those where it's like, prove it, Justin.
I
Prove
just-
it.
literally- okay.
I love Justin.
what? Why?
I mean,
I literally hate him.
why do you hate him? I mean, like he like
She has COVID.
you are very fevery. This is
You literally have a fever, 104.
I literally hate him. I think
He's an asshole, dude.
I think he's
an
evil to his
asshole.
core.
He's an
evil
asshole.
to his core.
I would rather hang out with Morgan Wallen than Justin
You
Timberlake.
think Justin is
Easily.
evil?
Yes, easily.
There must be
think
something I
he
don't
is-
know about Justin.
I would rather get gangbanged by Chris Harrison and Morgan Wallen
And the two Rachels all
and
in
the
one
two
room.
Rachels
Then-
then look at Justin Timberlake in the
Then
face.
look at a picture of
What?
Justin Timberlake.
Am I missing something?
Yeah, a chromosome.
Justin Timberlake is exactly, if anyone read Jessica Simpson's book, The Nick Lachey Effect, where they
Yes.
and I actually am a little bit agreeing with you, like society really does build these guys, and he says it in his apology, he's like, the system, because it's not like Justin Timberlake made any artistic decisions. He probably had a huge team behind him.
It's not like he made any decision.
But you can say, I'm not going to rip off Janet's shirt.
From what I know, it was a mistake. You're expecting too much from white men. Like you're expecting for him to be a hero. Like he's not gonna be a hero. He's a fucking band boy. He's a pussy.
Okay, we get it. You're gay. All right, that's
wow. Wow. Do you actually think it was not an accident to rip off Janet Jackson's shirt at Super Bowl?
I didn't know. I wasn't informed. Okay, so I hate Justin.
I'm not informed either. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Punch him in the face too. Punch him in the face.
Put him in the MMA ring with all the other people. I honestly think it's way too fucking late. I mean, obviously,
it's way too late for Justin. People have been saying he's an asshole for a long time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know on a personal account that he's an asshole.
I met him and he was really mean to me.
Was he really?
No, I never met him. He just reminds me.
He ripped my shirt.
He ripped my shirt. He said, "You have gross titties." I never want to see you again.
Denny's.
He reminds me of like the person he played on The Social Network. Like, is his personality. Like everything about him is just absolutely horrifying.
Agree. I totally agree. But I also think, society, we really do build these people up. Like, we put Justin Timberlake on this pedestal. You can do no wrong. And then it turns out he's a shitty fucking guy and he can't live up to that. And that's the same thing that happened with like Aziz Ansari. Like, he was not a great guy. Like, he just rose to fame super quick. And then, of course, some hot girl wants to bang him and he does weird shit.
We're just expecting too much. Like, the apology, like, this apology doesn't matter because like there is nothing he can say to make this right.
I know.
Even if he would have went too in, it would have been like, oh, okay, Justin, relax. You know what I mean? If he would have went too light, it's like he doesn't respect it. He's not going to win anyways.
That men are getting away with shit and women just keep diminishing themselves. And that's what happened with Janet and Britney.
I just think it's very interesting that Britney has been in this conservatorship situation and people have been saying she is not doing okay for years. And now the documentary comes out. Whereas he could have been like, yo, is my ex okay? I mean, obviously they were dating when he was 21, but the way she fell so rapidly after they broke up is like alarming that he's not saying anything till 2021.
Yeah. And he publicly shamed her, which was unnecessary.
Agreed.
And called her a hoe.
I mean, the one thing I will say that I was like, oh, I didn't know this in the documentary was when he was like on Hot 97 or something. They were like, did you? And
he said Britney? He took her virginity.
Well, I mean, you're in love, you can say it, but it was the way he said it. He was like, yeah, I did it. And I was like, this is some little boy just trying to be fucking cool.
Totally.
I'm like, you came in 2 seconds. Like, you're a fucking little bitch.
Okay, Ashlyn's back. The COVID is gone.
Oh my God.
She had COVID for a second, but it's gone. I just want to give one out. Pour one out for the publicist.
Yes.
I mean, what a horrible year for you guys.
What a horrible year.
All the phone notes you have to type. Your fingers must be so stressed.
The grammar. Imagine putting it out and seeing you spelled a word wrong, having to delete. People will already see that.
Yeah.
People will know that you deleted. So give one out for the publicist. So that was go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say my favorite apology of the year was Jeff Ross when he screenshotted the email that his publicist sent it to him in.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Jeff Ross was into hot water last year and he screenshotted and posted.
The publicist sent him the apology and he literally just screenshotted it, said the email at the top.
Is this for sleeping with the 16-year-old?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean,
the articles are out there.
This is the thing. Do you expect more from Jeff Ross? That's my thing. Like,
I guess you're right. That's
we
what I'm
put
realizing.
these people in power, and then we kind of expect, like, he's dirty.
All right. Well, that wraps up Go With The Flow. I think everyone apologized. But let's get into our final topics of the pod. Up top, we were talking millennials versus Gen Z. Okay? Gen Z is insulting us to our core.
To our faces.
And
I could care less.
I know. I'm literally like,
how
don't
dare
care.
they?
Some of you look bad with middle parts. We learned the hard way that middle parts don't look good at, and skinny jeans don't look good at everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I was 220 pounds once. I was still wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah,
Did I know at the time I should have been in more of a high waist? No. We learned. I learned in my 20s, and these bitches are young 20s. They think they know.
Also,
they think they know.
Also, what fashion, like as 90s babies, we gone through every fashion.
Oh yeah, you bitches are wearing all of our 90s crop tops now.
Yeah, like we've done everything. There was an 80s phase, an emo phase, skinny jeans, baggy jeans,
they are
sweatpants.
now, and they're now romanticizing our 2000s.
That's what gets me. Okay, so first of all, I do think they're being funny. Harry Potter is not a personality, and that is
not at all.
They got us on that one. They really did.
However, I
know they got y'all on that one. They got y'all on that one. They ain't got me.
Well, we'll get to your video games next.
Yes.
But they need to show a little respect, okay? Like we were in there going to PacSun, Auntie Anne's as young girls, Britney Spears performing live. We're listening to hit clips, 30 seconds of a song. I mean, we are icons, truly.
Truly.
And we invented all this anxiety talk that they have been so quick to
body
pick
issues.
up. Body issues. We invented
the non-binary, being free to be whoever you want.
Which is what you like to be, not me, but
being free to like Justin Timberlake, if that's your thing.
You do you.
They need to pay a little respect to us.
Not having kids and getting married so quickly. Like, we walk so that they can run, and this is what they do.
Being funny on the internet was our thing first. We started the memes.
We started websites, memes.
Zenga.com.
Zenga.
Women
MySpace.
having careers.
Women living.
Women
voting.
talking.
Women voting. Women
voting.
Fucking women.
Yeah.
So
we
many
started
things.
all this.
And now they're reaping the benefits. They're raised on the internet. And
they don't even know what a gel pen is. Okay, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you for saying that. I agree. I agree.
Like, so if skinny jeans are not in, what's in? What's the new jeans?
Well, they're saying high waist. Bitch, we've been wearing high waist for years now. Don't act like you know anything.
I was wearing high waist to frat parties, and they're like, "Oh, you look like you're wearing a diaper." Okay, that's what I went through.
Bitch, yeah, I agree.
That's what I went through, and now you bitches are just like pretending you even know what American Apparel is. I was there for the rise and fall.
Of the jeans.
Of the American Apparel company.
I agree. I just think that they're fine because we've been ruminating about Gen Z for a while. You know, like, and 5 years ago, The Atlantic was like, Gen Z will save us and blah, blah, blah.
And then
they're activists.
Oh, yeah. They're like, oh, Greta Thunberg.
And then there was a shooting in Florida where they did there was a girl with the shaved head named something. And that was like
the boy.
And there was a man.
And there was a gun. And there was...
Florida.
The girl with the shaved head. Yes, the Parkland girl who got so famous and she's just reading off her phone. I'm like, you can't print it out.
What are you, Morgan Whalen?
What are you, Morgan Whalen? Yeah, exactly. Print it out, bitch.
What is going on here? So people were like, oh, they're the next generation. And now they're just on TikTok insulting us.
And
you know what's crazy? I was part of those people that were like, oh, I love the Gen Z. Like, they do fight. They do fight harder than us. They do.
They're funny. They're hilarious.
Yeah,
we're
Harry
tired.
Potter is lame. I agree.
We're tired. We've been through recessions, 9/11, now this. You take the internet.
Yeah.
We're getting zero retirement.
Yeah.
Pandemic. Yeah. I believed in them. I was like, oh, they're gonna be a great generation. Also, isn't Gen Z and millennials like 1 year off? Like, we're not even that far apart for us to be
like after like 1995 or something. You're like,
okay, no.
You see what I mean?
No. Well, wait, I think I'm just going to join them.
I'm joining them.
I think it's 1997 though. I think it's like 98 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good.
A little bit. Yeah.
I'm also like, shut up.
Literally shut up. However, when we were coming into ours, we were very like millennial branded and we were like Gen X. Ugh. You know, I remember when we were confident, and I'm waiting until Gen Z becomes like 28-year-olds and they see what's up.
I didn't even know I was a millennial. I didn't even know. I like woke up when I was like 26 and they were like, millennials ruining the economy. And I was like, are these the Y2K babies? You know what I mean? It's not like a fucking robot alien.
Ashlyn's been a 70-year-old cop since she was born. She's like, what's this millennial garbage?
I don't even know. I'm trying to get to work. Give me a fucking donut.
You're reading the paper.
I know. I do think it's very...
They're jealous because they've spent their whole lives inside on their phones. They've never played kickball. They never played the little ball that's attached to the chain. Tetherball.
They never play that?
They've... Unfortunately, no. They've never had to beg their mom for a mechanical pencil like we did.
They never had to take care of Tamagotchi in class. They don't fucking know responsibilities.
They don't fucking know.
They never had to bring home a sack of flour and treat it as if it was a baby until it exploded. Like, they don't know any of this.
They don't know any of this, and their brains are melting.
How dare they turn on us like that?
How dare
they?
I know.
You know what? Gen Zs are done.
Show some
they're
respect.
not in.
But what comes after Gen Z?
Why?
Z is the
X.
Are we supposed to be Gen Y? But they called us millennials for some reason.
Yeah. So what's the next generation?
I don't know. Hopefully we're dead by then. Because
2018 by Chris Harrison. Everyone in 2018 is just on a plantation.
The antebellums.
Plantation
the
babies.
antebellums.
Oh man. So yeah, so fuck you guys. You guys are getting way too confident about the middle part, the side part. Well, you'll learn.
Ashland will punch you in the face.
Yeah, we'll punch you. You'll learn that parts don't matter when you run out of money.
Put them in the TikTok. Put them in the TikTok house too.
They're going with Justin. They're going with Morgan. And our last topic of the day, New York City MTA. We got celebrities doing the announcements.
No. Okay. Wow. This happened to me last year. Aquafina was on the 7 train.
I remember that.
And I heard her voice speaking. I thought some white lady had kidnapped the poor MTA worker. She's like, "Hey, subway, me, 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 me." I was like, is this a kooky conductor back there that literally just like took the, in the movies when you like steal the person's clothes and then like put on a mustache? I thought it was Raven Simone like doing a bit.
It is very jarring.
It's Simone, by the way.
It's what?
Gays. Okay.
Gays, yeah.
But I do think it's jarring.
Who's going to do it?
So they have Seinfeld, they have Whoopi Goldberg, and they have
Is it all like New York City celebrities?
I think Fran Lebowitz was one of them. And
this is like the least New York City thing. This is like so LA. This has like LA
I also
written
think
all
it's just
over
like
it.
That's so
just
true.
Fix the trains. I don't want Jerry Seinfeld's voice in my. He doesn't even live in New York anymore, and all he does is write op-eds about New York.
The last thing I want to
can't.
hear is Paris Hilton telling me how to switch to the one.
Wait,
I'm
no,
like,
that would be amazing.
Shut the fuck up. No,
I will take Paris Hilton
switch
over
to the
that.
one. It's hot.
I would take
one
Paris
is
Hilton
hot.
over Seinfeld. I'm fucking over Seinfeld.
I hate.
I don't need them talking to me. Like
know.
they don't even know. They don't know public transportation.
What's the deal with the one train?
Hey, crossing off. You want to make it to Midtown? Shut up.
Shut up.
So over
Now
you.
Whoopi will maybe relax me a little bit.
I'm also
Yeah.
like, wasn't there a serial killer this week on the A train? I'm
They
like,
caught him.
Take care
Yeah,
of
why
that.
don't we take care of the serial killer and then we'll get Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah,
Why don't we
put
make the
him?
serial
Yeah.
killer announce?
Yeah,
Because then we know where he is.
I will kill you if you don't get off that one.
Get off now, or I'm gonna fucking stab you. I agree. I'm so sick of these like empty things that they're like, we did a mosaic on the Q train.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Why don't we make the Q train come every 10
Yes,
minutes?
yeah,
that
I
would
agree.
be really helpful.
and then
I agree.
and then they took off the seats too. Did you know that?
No.
They took
Oh,
off
yeah.
the benches
Yes.
like from the subway station, so
homeless
people won't sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't have money, but you can pay Jerry Seinfeld. Like you don't have money, but you can pay Kim K to fucking tell me that
Literally.
like this is the last stop because it's going back downtown.
I would
Like, don't
rather have
fucking-
the MTA man be like, blah, 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 blah,
Me too.
than Jerry Seinfeld.
and have
in my
and
opinion.
then like talk to everyone else on the train. Like, what was that? What was that? You know what I mean?
Take your AirPod
Yeah.
out. Did he say we're going downtown?
I like it when the conductors get really sassy too.
Me too.
They'll be like, get off your phone and stand clear of the closing doors.
Stand clear of the closing doors. We cannot leave. We cannot leave because people in the back are holding the door. People like beat them.
I think we should have Stuart on there talking like she did to Drizzly, and then I think
Get
that
the
would.
fuck out of here, you fucking shitty ass company.
But do it in a southern accent.
Hey y'all, this is Stuart. Get the fuck out of the way of the closing doors before I come over there and beat your ass.
In my opinion, when I'm on that train, the last person I want to be reminded of is a celebrity, because you look around and you say, "Fuck, I haven't made it
Oh
yet."
my god, if I have to hear Sarah Jessica Parker, I'd be like, riding the subway is a fairy tale. Sex in the City. I'll kill her.
Hey, at the
I'll
end of the day,
cancel her.
I asked, should I take the 4 or the 6? Which will be faster?
Yeah. No, I
I
can't
couldn't
do
help
it.
but wonder.
I can't do it.
So stupid. I'm
I can't
over
do
it.
it. Yeah.
I'm
No.
over
It
it.
is the
horrible.
stupidest
I
thing
know.
I've ever, like, and then they're talking about like a fare hike too. I'm like,
I know.
Oh god.
I'm not doing
I
it.
have no words.
Like, I'm not doing it. Like,
Tired.
I'm so tired.
I'm a tired millennial girl boss. I can't do it
it's
anymore.
like the last thing New York City wants to. We're like, get us a
Hustle.
washer
I
and
know.
dryer in our apartment.
Yeah, why don't we not have these shitty radiators that
Yeah.
go off at any hour of the day? Like, good God, get us some central AC.
Get a central AC, get her washer dryers, and make my dreams come true.
Yeah.
Or else I want my money back.
Why do we have mini fridges still?
I
Like,
know. They should have a money back guarantee for New York. If you don't make it within 10 years, you get paid back all of your rent and all the sweet green that you bought.
that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Because too many people moving here and they got sad stories to
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah, no.
That's all I have to
Yeah.
say. Anyway, that's our pod. think we ended on a low note, but you know what? Thanks for being here, girls.
Thanks for having us.
We talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
At Justin Timberlake on Instagram. Justin Timberlake lover.
Justin Timberlake lover. Number 1, 2, 3.
Timberlake stan.
At Save Justin. No, you can find me at Ashley Salzano on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, cool.
All right, and I am on Instagram at Stuart and Chill and on Twitter at Stuart Full. Thank you, Maddie.
And of course, I'm so Maddie Smith. If you're watching this, thank you so much for joining the Patreon. We love you, baddies. We love you, Inner Circle. If you're listening, think about joining the Patreon. Patreon.com/Maddie Smith. So fucking worth it. We got videos and bonus solo Maddie content. Join now. Bye.
Yes. Bye.